Music I'm listening to. Okay.
All shook up, all in love, all because we almost was. Held it down, now crushed. I hope nobody knows. I've been 1 for 3, waiting patiently. I can barely breathe, and barely sleep. You're next to me, but keep that between us. Keep that between us. I'm in 1 for 3, waiting patiently. I can barely breathe, can barely sleep. Need you next to me, but keep that between us.
Hey y'all.
Keep that between us.
Happy Friday. Happy Love Day.
I remember making love.
Sorry I haven't been on here. Hold on, let me turn this down. Sorry that I haven't been on here. I've been busy as hell, which I'm not complaining, but you know. I wanted to hop on here today in between clients to talk about something I was like recently watching on YouTube, which was about somebody talking about love and what they thought love was. And I had an opinion on it, and I wanted to get on here and share that opinion. Maybe get some of y'all opinions, since today is the day of love. But not only that, I'm getting a lot of questions in the comments about life path numbers and stuff like that. So I just wanted to hop on to answer any questions that people may have, just because I know the information is complicated. I did do a series on YouTube about numerology. So in that series, I went through the esoteric meaning, I went through the modern meaning, and I also gave character examples from like movie shows and TV shows and stuff like that. So if you guys are struggling with trying to figure out what you do with the information after you get your life path number, go to my YouTube. Hey, Delightful D, you are here on time. I literally just started. I'm probably gonna be on for like an hour and 15 minutes because I have one more mentee. But I was like, damn, I have not talked to my people all week. And I know I was supposed to hop on Wednesday, but child, I've been so fucking busy these last 2 weeks. It's been ridiculous. I've been had a moment to myself. I've had clients since 8 o'clock this morning. And I got one more to go, along with finishing an energy profile and stuff. But I did want to hop on because yesterday I was watching somebody go live on YouTube, because I've been on YouTube a lot, trying to stay away from like Netflix and shit like that. So I've been on YouTube, and I was watching Quatita Dean, and she was basically talking about like her concept of love, and she kept on saying like love was an emotion that's attached to trauma, and she feels like that love is an entity as well that attached to people, and that basically when you choosing to love, you also choosing to go crazy and deal with pain and trauma and all of this shit. And although I'm with her, like I'll be right here, we locked in, okay? However, I do think I have a unique perspective when it comes to love, because I don't look at love like an emotion. I look at love like a state of being. So I wanted to get on here and talk to y'all and see what y'all felt about that, because child, I was on live yesterday and I'm like, girl, I got a unique opinion about this. And like, people was like going in the live or whatever, and she was eating them up. Basically, had them people talking in circles, but because I think a lot of us just are confused about what love is, because we've been sold this idea of fantasy around love, and so we fantasized it in a way to where we are desperate to seek it, not realizing what it truly is, because we're looking for somebody to fill a void in us that we have not been able to fill in ourselves. So I wanted to talk about it today, because I've said this on my platform before, but she was asking one of the girls like what was unconditional love, and the girl was just like, I feel like it's actually I can't even remember what she said, but she was basically saying like she feel like it's when you love somebody or accept somebody for who they are, not who you think that they're supposed to be or whatever. I was going through it, and I just need to listen to Taja more. Period. Love us first, what you must have for self. Yeah. So what I was saying, like, or what I was thinking, because she was basically, the girl got on there and was like, I feel like it's accepting people for who they are instead of accepting them for the potential of who they are. You know, accepting them for exactly who they are. And for me, I've talked about this before on my platform, but for me, when I think about what unconditional love is, to me, is loving people enough to realize that we're all on separate journeys and we're all going to be in different places. And allowing people to make whatever choices it is that they want to make without your interference. Okay. And what I mean by without your interference is like, allow them to be who they are. Hi, Stony. Allow them to be who they are. And then you decide whether or not you want to stay around for it. Because I think there is this conditioning that we have where we think because we love somebody, or there's this idea of love that we're supposed to tolerate anything. I don't think that that's unconditional love. I feel like unconditional love is allowing people to be who they are, seeing if you deal with it or not, and then moving accordingly. You can love somebody and not be at the detriment of their dysfunction, right? You can love somebody and acknowledge the fact that, hey, this is not going to be right for me, right? So when I think of love being a state of being and not an emotion, it's, I can still hold space for you to be who you are. I can still love you, but it doesn't mean that I have to be at the detriment of your dysfunction. It doesn't mean I have to stay around and tolerate your bullshit because I see that you on bullshit. So if I didn't move accordingly, I wouldn't be learning and growing and evolving. But I think so many of us are looking for love to fulfill something in us, you know, instead of just being love. Being love is just realizing we all on this journey together. Everybody got their own shit. Maybe you're not at where I'm at, but then I need to go find somebody who's at where I'm at. But I still hold space for you and I love you and I understand, you know, what you're going through. You know, so I think because society has kind of conditioned us around love to think that it's something outside of ourselves that we got to go looking for, and that everybody has this one amazing love that's going to come along and change everything for you and fulfill your needs and be like a piece to a puzzle that just fits into your puzzle perfectly. A lot of us are searching for that and trying to make fetch happen. Hey, Jayla, trying to make fetch happen where fetch is not supposed to fucking happen. You know, I got to remember this one for real. My sister and I were talking about potential is the idea of this is what I do if I was them. Yeah, exactly. And two, potential will have you fucked up because potential is you seeing something in somebody that they can't see in themselves. Seeing something in somebody that they haven't even measured up, because potential is you seeing something in somebody that they can't see in themselves. Seeing something in somebody that they haven't even measured up. Something in somebody that they haven't even measured up to. And then that version for them might not even exist. So they may never even reach your expectations. But you holding out hope that they're going to do that, which means that you are placing your ability to experience joy right now on hold. I don't fuck with that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Because they may never step up to the plate. And I think so many of us get into a relationship off of the potential that we see in somebody, and then be disappointed when it's 10 years down the line, they done cheated on you, they done burned down your house, they done ran over your motherfucking dog, they done did all the damn things. And it's because you decided to be in a situation that did not serve you. Hold on, let me tell her, my cousin, I'm on live. You know, so when she was talking about it, people were basically saying like they had a skewed view of love because they weren't able to get love in their home. And she was basically saying like, you don't really experience real love until you have a baby. Because when you have a baby, it's like you really looking at this baby like, damn, I really love this baby. If anything happened to this baby, I'm killing everybody. So she's saying like it comes with trauma, like love comes with trauma. And I agree with that, but I don't think love is just one thing. I think love is everything. It's the pain, it's the hurt, it's the betrayal, it's the all of that. When you come here, we are coming here to experience love. So that means that everything that we experience in this reality is love, along with you also being love. But you can choose not to be love. You can choose to be the opposite, because we in the realm of duality, which means that both things exist and everything in between. You know, this is deep. I appreciate the word. You're welcome, Stony. Oh shit. I'm always fucking some shit up. Come on, girl, get it together. Okay, sorry, let me go back up real quick. Oh, thank you. All right, hold on, who else said something? Okay, Bell Hook. All About Love covers this so well. She talks about how the definition is operational. That's so crazy, Jayla. I actually read that book like 2 years ago. Hey, Belle. So many people have different definitions. Yeah, so I actually found that book on Scribd.com. It was like SCRIBD, and it's like a white book with like red and black. It's like red, black, and white or whatever. But I read it a long time ago because I was one of those people. I've been a lover girl my whole entire life. I've been one of those people who just really, really wanted love. I was infatuated with the idea of love. I used to watch Hallmark. I used to watch Lifetime while I was babysitting the kids. I used to watch all the fairy tale movies. You know, like I was her. And then I fell into this role of the nice girl, right? Because I was thinking like, you know, that is what brings you more value. And also just repeating the pattern of my mom, if I'm being honest, you know, don't judge me. But you know, I was a lover girl and I wanted that really, really bad. But then it caused me to put myself in these compromising situations. I became too understanding when it came to certain people's situation. And I had to realize, I guess in my journey, I didn't realize until it got too fucking late that just because you understand somebody don't mean that you need to continue to extend empathy in their direction. You know, you can hold space for somebody and love somebody. But the longer that you stay in a situation that's not serving you, all of a sudden that love, that line between love and hate becomes very, very, very thin. Very thin. You know? So I think that when we choose to be in this reality and we choose to come here, we are really supposed to be creating heaven on earth. We need to be moving towards the things that light our soul on fire and moving away from the things that don't. But this whole concept of love has a lot of us settling for shit that don't belong to us. Another thing that she had said though in the episode that I thought was interesting, and she said that love is an entity, right? That love is an entity. And that fucked me up. I'm not gonna lie. That hit me in the noggin because I'm like, oh shit though. Because if you think about like when people be all about love, it borders desperation. It borders desperation sometimes. Like they willing to basically sell their motherfucking soul for it. Like deal with anything, tolerate anything, things that they would normally go against. But this is my person and this is my twin flame. And they done convinced themselves that somebody that is turning them every way but fucking loose is their person. You know? So the concept of her saying that love was an entity, it made me think about how a lot of these practitioners will create these entities like Cupid, like Elf on the Shelf or whatever these, I think they call like Gregors or whatever, but anyways, whatever they call, they'll create these artificial entities where the more power that we put into the specific archetype, the more energy we give in these entities, and we don't really necessarily understand what energy the entity is created out of. Sometimes when I think of love, I start to feel obsessive energy. When I tap into the colors that they use for love, like that dark red, something feels obsessive about that. Something feels passionate about that. But something feels like desperation, you know? So when she said that love could possibly be an entity, I was like, ugh, I was sick to my stomach. And I said, you know what? I think if there's any entity that would have whooped my motherfucking ass throughout life, it's probably this one. So she was talking about love as an attachment, you know? And there's a lot of things that we consider to be concepts that are actually attachments. You know how they say you got the energy of laziness on you. You got the energy of love on you. You got the energy of whatever on you. Like a lot of them are actual fucking attachments. What do y'all think about this? Because I thought the shit was crazy and I'm just over there doing my work, tapping away on my motherfucking keyboard, and she just was speaking facts. And it's like, I feel her on a lot of things, but I did not feel her on the fact that love is an emotion, because I don't think it's an emotion. I think love is literally everything in existence, you know? And when you actually look at love as a state of being, it's like you don't gotta have no, you know, malice for anybody when you operate it in that way. When you see it as everybody on their own specific journey, where they at is not a representation of me. What somebody like and don't like, or what somebody's able to do and what they're not able to do is not a representation of me. However, I like that or I don't like that. it aligns with me or it doesn't align with me. It doesn't mean I gotta hate you because you're not my person. It just means that if we spent more time trying to figure out if this person is actually for us, instead of just falling in the idea of this fantasy, falling head over heels over a motherfucker we just met 2 days ago, cancers. I'm talking to y'all. You know, as a person who has a cancer in my midheaven, you know, we in love with a new person every other day. So it's like, actually, instead of trying to be chosen, understand that you are also doing the choosing. You know? Heaven and hell is a state of mind. Yes. We accept the love we think we deserve. Yes. And a lot of us, because we didn't get the love that we deserved as a kid, you know, and our parents reclused every time that we fucking touched them, or our parents showed us love through buying us gifts instead of actually providing emotional support and validation, treated us like an inconvenience. A lot of us turn around and repeat that same pattern to other people, but I think it's up to us to break it. We got to start looking at it a different way. And that's why I wanted to hop on here and have this conversation, because I would just like, you know, love, we need to start operating as love is a state of being. You are love. You go out into the world with the intention of loving. It does not mean that you're going to get it back. It does not mean that you're not going to be rejected for it. But if you are, you can't take that personal, because everybody's on their own specific journey. Everybody's not meant to wake up. Everybody is not going to be where you are. So you look at that and you say, you know what? They just don't get it. They just not where I'm at. That's okay. Move on to the next person instead of trying to force them into being something that they are not. Because when you try to force them into being something that they are not, then your ass end up shaking, pissing, and crying on the bathroom floor, chugging a glass of fucking wine. You know? And I think, too, there's got to be accountability when it comes to some of us who have done that. Because the whole time you knew. The whole time you knew. And if you're saying that you don't, you're crazy. Who is she that you're speaking of? I'm late. Her name is Quatita Dean. Her YouTube is A Walk with the Ancestors. She does like psychic readings and stuff with like people who have passed over, like Michael Jackson and Prince and all of that. It's really fucking interesting, to be honest. I don't know if that's ever like a path that I would want to take, but she does a lot of things like with crime and stuff. Thank you. She does a lot of things with crime. And so people will come to her with like cold cases or cases that they frame, you know, whatever. And she will give them advice. She's able to see the people who are involved. Like she's able to see the whole shebang. So, you know, I'm a little crime junkie. I've always been a little crime junkie. So I've been watching that lately, and I've been rewatching some of Rashad Jamal's stuff as well. Because I'm trying to make sure that I'm intentional about what I'm investing my time in. And especially since I've been working so much, I like to listen to that while I'm working. She got a lot of good looking books. Yeah. Y'all put me on. Yeah, that book is so good. It really is. I think that's the first book that I read that really started to change my perspective on what love was. And I think it like set me on a journey after reading it. So yeah, I think so. Love got me good. I'm learning now. Yeah, and I think a lot of us, again, we came here to learn how to love, to express love. You know, love in this dimension is separated. So it becomes a multitude of different things instead of one thing. You know, so when you choose to love, you also choosing to experience pain. You know, but pain is just telling you something needs to change. What business does this love entity have fucking with me? What does it want? Girl, all of your motherfucking energy is what it wants. All of your fucking energy. You ain't gonna have nothing left when it's done with you. I feel love is everything for sure. Is this where Blinded by Love comes from? Yes. Yes, it has to. Cancer moon, and I can find love in anyone. Not for real. One thing about y'all crafty. Y'all see what other people don't see. And I be on the inside like, girl. I be on the outside like, girl, are you okay? Yeah, but he said this and he said that, and then he did this and he did that, and y'all just be so whimsical about it. Hey, girl. Hey, I'm so glad you came back up on my feed. Hey, girl. Hey, James. Expectations and potentials be having me in a chokehold. Not for real. For real. For real. I've been there. Believe me. Somebody sold me the dream and I bought that bitch. Immediately. Express shipping. So I get it. I need to be held. I need to hold myself accountable. Yes. And you need to also, because I had a meet and greet this morning with somebody I've talked to before. And I ain't gonna put a lot of her business on here. But the first time that I met her, I felt that she was really tired. She was unhappy. She was all of these things. And I was trying to tell her, and she just was not willing to accept it. She was like, no, I think it's this. No, I think it's that. And there was a lot of excuses. And I just, and not everybody's going to be able to receive what I have to say. So I just, okay. Well, you let me know how you need my support and whatever the case may be. The book is called All About Love. Thank you, D Entertainment. I appreciate you. So, what's crazy is I probably met with her 6 months ago. She come back this time, it's a completely different tone. She started to see what I told her. Sometimes we don't have awareness until it's pointed out. And whole time our friends be trying to point it out, but we too busy trying to be in love that we think that they trying to do us a disservice. Sometimes you need awareness of the situation first before you can actually see what it is. So, yes, love drains it all. What's on your wall? Child, listen, y'all ask me that every time. Them is supposed to be hydroponic plant system that I've not put together. I need somebody to come over here and do it because I don't know what I'm doing. Somebody answer for me. Thank you. The plants I have not planted yet. Absolutely. I'm trying to get away from him. Leave. You will be supported. But basically, hey, Hydra. But basically, sometimes we don't have awareness of it because we're not trying to look for it. We just trying to find new ways to cope in a situation that does not fit us. So I just wanted to hop on here and say that because YouTube beautiful. Go find how to do it on there. Yeah. Oh, yes, I do need to do it on YouTube. I need to do something. But it be like this sometimes with me. I start a lot of things and I don't finish them. And that's just, the result of my actions back there. That happened to me and my friend. And my friend tried to warn me. I didn't listen, but learning now. Yeah, same. But you also got to understand, because I feel like I was one of those friends. I always been one of those friends. I ain't gonna lie. Don't bring that nigga around me because I'm gonna terrorize his ass like he terrorizing you. I'm not being friendly. I'm not being nice. People always have to tell me, Todd, to fix your face. Todd, you can't be like that. I don't treat your people like I don't give a fuck. My people don't act like him. I used to be that type of friend. But I had to realize everybody on their own separate journey. And she hasn't been through what I've been through. She hasn't had my share of experiences. Or maybe she has and she just fucking delulu. But either way, she not where I'm at. So I can't try to do the work for her. I can't try to scare the nigga away for her because I can scare this nigga away, but he just gonna show up worse in another skin sack until she decides to do something differently. I get so many clients who are in marriages who are fucking depressed because they created this environment trying to be the traditional wife where you neglect your needs for the well-being of other people. And now they've been in this shit for 10, 15, 20 years. And they like, damn, I done messed up my whole fucking life. Damn, I done spent my whole life. We got 4 kids. And I still got to beg them to take out the trash. And it's just like, well, I mean, you created the monster. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you kind of played a part in this. Now you got to undo it. Now you got to realize that the circumstances have changed. Back then, you was willing to do that. Now you're not. And a lot of us are waking up as women. We're stepping into our power. So regardless of if you want to or not, it's shifting. You're shifting. And you need to acknowledge that you are shifting so that you can then do something about it. Because I can't tell you how many people who come to me who are in relationships with narcissists who have crippled them and make them super dependent on them so that they can't move. Child, please don't let that love find me. looping. How do you get rid of, I guess it's like an attachment at this point? You got to change the way you're thinking about it. You get rid of everything by changing your perspective. Because by changing your perspective by 90 degrees, you move up in dimensions. You got to raise your vibration. You got to tell the universe, no, I don't want this option. I want this one. And then you need to hyper focus on this one. Anything that look like that, you need to say no. Hell no. Actually, hell no. And keep doing it until it stops showing up, because it only shows up because your focus is there. If you want to change anything, you got to change your mind, which means you got to change where you're focusing. Turn a blind eye. Cut that shit off. Stop leaving them doorways open. I done already told y'all about keeping yourself open to people who are draining y'all. Cut it off. You will find better. A lot of us got big ass abandonment wounds, and that's the motherfucking problem. Our daddy wasn't there to take us to the fair. That's a lot of our problem, you know? So we think everybody gonna leave us. So we gotta hold on to everything so tight. But what Venus energy is trying to teach you is that life is best enjoyed with a sense of detachment. Everything in this reality is temporary. You are infinite, but you came into a finite reality. So that means everything is temporary. Enjoy it while you have it. Enjoy it while it's still bringing you happiness. But the moment that it stopped bringing you happiness, the circumstances have changed. So that means you got to think about it differently. You know? Period. Big red, not the little one. How do we undo it? Oh, I just answered that. You got to say no. You got to say no to it radically. You got to stand on business and stand on your fucking square. You know? Greetings, Southern Goddess. Past me did now, but me, hold on. Past me did now, me won't. Ooh, real. Okay, me just realized he's a narcissist, but I just discovered Life Path 33 from you. Oh, yes. I was shocked. I was shook all yesterday. But I feel like Spirit has been showing me this, putting it in my face, shoving it down my throat for a long fucking time, and I just wasn't seeing it. I just didn't want to see it, I guess, at that time. But I knew I was a god to other people. Like, I never doubted that. You know, even if it was 6 energy and not 33 energy, like, I still was going to continue to show up like this. Because I've always been somebody who has been big on knowledge and sharing. So you can not have knowledge of it, but your body knows. You know. You just haven't come to the realization. You haven't discovered fully. How do you spot attachments on yourself and other people? You got to be able to see in between. You absolutely right. Thank you. Yes, those abandonment issues are, yes, the abandonment issues are tough. You know, and it's because it was done to us though too. We got to realize that was done to us. They specifically targeted the Black family. They wanted us separated because they understand how much power we hold together and when we work together. And now they've created this environment where daddies are dead in jail, you know, cross the way, but don't ever come see his kid. Like, they create this environment where it is possible. And it started way well before here. You know, if you think about what was going on with slavery, and I honestly don't know if I even believe it, but that's a whole nother story. But if you think about that and the story that they tell us about that, they were using men as like, they were using men to get the women pregnant so they could have more slaves. And in the moment that the baby is born, they sell them off. So men are used to not having access to their kids. You know, it just created this dynamic where I feel like it's ingrained in our DNA, whether from conditioning or from genetic memory, epigenetics, that's acceptable. Being alone and sitting with the feelings is hard, but such a reward. It is. And that's what everybody's running from. That's why y'all can't sit at home alone in the dark by yourself. That's why y'all always got to be doing something on the phone, scrolling until you go to sleep. Because when you put that shit down, the whispers get too loud. You know, the whispers get too loud, but that's what you need though. You need the whispers because the whisper is your soul telling you what you're missing and why you're not able to be happy and why you're not able to experience joy and what you're ignoring. And then that whisper get louder and louder and louder until it become a punch in your motherfucking gut. You know, until it become a break in your psyche. Happy to catch you. What's the topic? Hey, love. We were talking about love and like our concept of love. I've always felt it. My son said I'm an oracle. You probably are. If not anything, you super psychic because you got that 11 and 22 energy. It's the most, 33 is the most spiritual of all numbers. It's the highest of all numbers in this reality too. I believe mine is 11, but I never hear anything about it though. Yeah, 11s are super intuitive energy, and they're meant to go on a journey of spiritual enlightenment themselves first so that they can be the example to other people, so they can help other people. Oh, thank you. I love your work and you spreading the word of the world. Thank you. Profound way of thinking. I appreciate that. I'm starting not to believe it either. It's more that escaped and fought for freedom than we know. Yeah, and I also think it was an implanted memory. I think it was an implanted memory. But there's no way for us to prove any of this shit. It's just a hunch, though, that I've been having for a couple years now. It's like something about it don't seem, 400 years, something about that don't seem right to me. 400 years, us. Something about that don't seem right. They need you to hate yourself. Because this is your shit. This is your reality. You know, you're an angelic being. They need you to think that you're not, and you're the bottom of the fucking barrel. And they need you to think that y'all are the same as everybody else. You are not. You are not. That I know for a fact. You know? Shit, I love being myself. Me too. Please tap the screen to let sis, period. Tap, tap, tap. Or your heart. My heart's been heavy and hurt. Yeah, you got to release that, baby. You got to release that. I can't tell you how many times, and I've met with 10 people this week, because when I say I've been booked, like, y'all, listen, be careful what you ask for. Because in one day I had like 16 orders, and I'm like, oh, fuck, wait a second, I wasn't ready. A lot of meet and greets, a lot of mediumship readings, and through doing that, everybody I talk to, the moment I open my mouth, they start breaking down crying. The moment I open my mouth. They're like, I don't know why I'm crying. Because your heart is heavy, baby. That's why you crying. You know, and I'm an illuminator. The moment you come around me, I shine light on what you're not dealing with. You know, and I ain't even got to do nothing. All I do is just got to sit here. That's why it's important for you to show up as your authentic self. You know, I attracted a 33-degree Mason. He was a warlock. Ooh, baby. Yeah, they need magic. You don't, though. You got to be careful. It's a feeling. It's a feeling, a knowing. Yeah, I felt like we were indigenously here already, and they lied and told us that we weren't native. Oh, facts. And what's crazy is I did a divination with somebody, and I told her that 2 of my ancestors for sure are from America, and I traced them back to the 1600s. They were on Cherokee reservations that they were burnt off. You know, they actually had one of my great grandfathers listed as white. He wasn't even listed as colored or anything, but if you look at the picture, he's a black man. But they couldn't, there was only black and white for a period of time. So Native Americans fell into the category of white so that they didn't get treated like black people. You know, a lot of them supposedly sold their people into slavery or whatever, but I have armoires and stuff from all of that on 2 sides of my family. So I said that to her, and she was like, everybody's from Africa and And I, you know, it frustrates me with that, because that's just another thing that the white man told you. That didn't come around until the 1980s. And not only that, there's evidence to the contrary. There's evidence to the contrary of that. And everybody always likes to point back to Lucy, the Homo erectus, but we're not Homo erectus. Are we a combination of that? Yes, but we are not that species. So there's evidence all over the world that says that we were everywhere. And if you actually look at the out of Africa theory, it tells you that they cannot pinpoint where we were. You know, that shit, you cannot tell me that shit is not implanted. It doesn't feel right when I feel into it. I think it's meant to fear monger, and it's meant to bait us into rage. You know, because when we fearful, we don't got access to our gifts. We don't got access to the technology that we are. You know, we the real crash outs. What? Do you see how the room shakes when we get mad? Especially our men. When they say something, they command the room. Everybody stops. It's like the walls are shaking. When they start to fighting, it feels like thunder. You cannot tell me. You cannot convince me. You cannot convince me. It don't make sense. It doesn't. How do I tap into psychic abilities more? Baby, that's a whole topic. That's a whole topic, love. You need to do shadow work. I actually just put my shadow work journal on my website for $33.33 if you want the ebook. The actual version is $50 though, a hard copy on Amazon. But you need to do shadow work first. You need to look at your parentals because they set the foundation of who you are. You need to do everything based off the chakra system. If y'all need help with it, I offer mentorship. Go to my Patreon. It is a group session because I ain't taking one-on-one mentees right now. But it's $99 a month. I will help you. I have exercises. I have homeworks. Ask some of the people in the chat. They'll tell you I'm a homework exercise fanatic. But that shit work. Last week, I did a session with 3 of my mentees who have been with me for about, I think this is the start of month 4. And them are baby psychics. They are reading each other. And that is a fact. You know, I didn't start really tapping into my gifts until I went and got help. Because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. You know, do I think you can do it by yourself? Yeah. It's going to take a lot of research and study. I know, I've been there. Believe me, I turned over every rock imaginable. And that's why I'm so wise, because I turned over every rock imaginable. That's the long way, you know? And the reason why I created the mentorship is because I wanted to help people like me who weren't able to find people who was being genuine, you know, who really want to see us do well, you know? So if you need help, come and get it. I also just dropped the Spiritual Intelligence 101 course on YouTube. Every Monday, new episodes drop. But if you're in my Patreon, they drop every week. And you get them a week before YouTube. My podcast, season 1, helps you with the basics to understand astral projection, lucid dreaming, how you're energetically designed, your higher self, your ego, all of the things. But you need to do a combination between research and intuition, which means imagination. Sitting with yourself, introspection. You need to do both because you can intellectualize the fuck out of it, which is what society teaches you to do. But that's only 10% of who you are. You never do the real work until you actually sit with yourself, until you feel it. Because in order for you to heal it, you got to feel it, which means you need to look at your parentals. You need to look at your old relationships. You need to look at who you been. Unapologetically though, non-judgmentally though. You know, because I used to say, I'm not spiteful, I don't hold grudges. That's a motherfucking lie when you look at the evidence. I'm the most grudge-holding bitch you'll ever meet. Do I got to be mad at you? No. Can I still say what's up? Yes. But is that shit noted in the back of my head? Absolutely. And you'll never get to do it again. You know? But until you acknowledge it, you can't do nothing about it. Do I like certain parts of that about me? No. I don't like being spiteful. Even though it was fun while I was doing it. I don't like it though. I think it's a bad representation of who I am character-wise. So I acknowledge what it is. And then I can do something about it when I acknowledge it. But if you keep ignoring it and acting like it's not happening, then you're just going to keep doing it, you know? That's real. Thanks to Shiny Light. You're welcome. When I first had my spiritual awakening, that I kept having dreams about 12 tribes and have no idea. Yeah. Because we changed over time. At first we was the Atlanteans. Then we was according to them, at first we were the Lumerians. Then we were the Atlanteans. And then we were the 12 tribes. And then we were colored folks. And then we were Negroes. And then we were the other word for Negroes. And now we Black American. And then we was Black. And then we were African American. They just keep recategorizing us and applying a different definition to us to further separate us from our land. You know, one thing about it, which I told y'all, some of my ancestors are indigenous, and when I meet them in spirit, that is what they tell me. And you know, I told you I went to somebody and the person was like, I'm tired of people, saying that, the whole out of Africa theory. And I'm just like, well, y'all want us to venerate our ancestors. And when we venerate our ancestors and it goes against what the white man says, then what, we talking to a spirit? Like, we talking to a trickster spirit, or like what? Because they telling me that I can't go nowhere, that this is my shit. So girl, it's convoluted, but it's supposed to be that way. The misinformation is heavy. And the reason why the misinformation is heavy is because they need you to not understand. They need to make it very complicated for you to figure out who you are. Because they can keep you separated from the land, which black under legal definition means that you don't have no ties to nowhere. So we just came out of thin air. We the only people who can survive this environment in any state, but we came out the air. Okay. Crazy. Yes, it's a lot of evidence to it. Yeah, my people are not from over there. They not. I think I have one ancestor that is. But for the most part, no. No. But I don't argue certain stuff like that with people no more. Just because I understand something they don't, and that's okay. I'm going to listen to my ancestors, though. That advice I will take. Because when I ask them where I come from, they say Atlantis. I was so shocked when I first heard that I reached out to my spiritual advisor. And I asked her about it. I was like, hey, why are they saying this? I thought that was a myth. Because, they tell us Atlantis is a myth. My gods actually took me. It just existed. It exists. But it's not down, it's up. It still exists. It's just above us in frequency. It's gorgeous too, by the way. Crystal doors on the temples. Huge crystal doors on the temples. Huge crystals everywhere in different buildings. Boats, because there's water. Like, yeah. Hold on. Child, homework be crazy, period. Every homework assignment you're given definitely has been for my highest good. Oh, thank you, boo. I try, man. Do you still provide mommy and me readings? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Because I still love them babies. And I always will. Come get you one, girl. So I can tell you how to parent that baby. But yeah, I love them babies. I'll never stop doing mommy and me readings because I don't see nobody else doing them. Somebody got to do it. When people say forgive and forget, I correct them because I never forget. No, hell no. That's brainwashing. That's why you got to be careful with these little sayings that they be giving us. Some of that shit be conditioning. Hey, Royal. So what's our true heritage? Baby, we are angelic beings. Heritage, I don't know what that means. We created all of this. Everything. Everything in existence. Them, us. We are everything. And it starts with women. The 9. We created them. To be scientists. To do, because we are the creators, they are the doers, they're the builders. We're the creators, they're the builders. They're the implementers. So how the ancient Egyptians used to work, 222 on the clock. Balance. Spiritual alignment. Anyways. The Egyptians, the reason why the men wear that cobra hat or whatever is to symbolize the woman's hair. Okay, and then the cobra is to symbolize the Kundalini energy. Okay. But the reason why they wear that is because how it used to work is they go out and they get an idea. They get inspired by the physical realm because they're the masters of the physical realm. They're the masters of the ego, right? They come back to the woman and they say, hey, I got this idea. What do you think? They let the woman who is in touch with the natural world, she is everything. She sees the bigger picture. He's finite. She's infinite, right? So they give the information to her. She consult with the ancestors. She consult with whoever, with the universe, however you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. And she comes back with the insight and the plan. She hands him the plan and he goes and he implements it, helping him to build the empire. That's why they say behind every successful man is a good woman. Because that's how we operate. We are both things. We are both things, but the women see what's hidden. The men see the obvious. They're the masters of the ego. We are the higher self. Okay? They're the lower self, the ego. We're the higher self. Okay? So what's your true heritage? Whatever the fuck you want to call it. You are an angelic being, though. I told y'all in a couple lives back that I asked my guides. I kept on calling myself a god, right? I kept on saying goddess, goddess. You know how, when you going through that whole Hotep stage, you trying to figure out what you are. And one of my ancestors came through and said, stop fucking saying that. There are limits and restrictions to gods and goddesses. You are not a god or a goddess. You are an angel. And I said, I don't know the difference, but sure. We'll rock with it. I fuck with that, little earth angel. They told me straight up, you were an angel. And they also told me I was from Atlantis. So do I listen to my ancestors or do I not listen to my ancestors? I don't know. Because otherwise I don't know where the fuck that would come from. And then then all of a sudden I start getting alignments. I start seeing videos. I start seeing things that people are saying. I start seeing books and I start seeing evidence. I start finding secret documents and shit that I don't even know how the fuck I stumbled onto this shit. And then it's like, oh, because they try to tell you that the Anunnakis are bad beings. They are us. We are them, the fallen angels. We are trapped in a frequency, though. Kind of like in psychosis, talking to ourselves. You are me, I am you. We having a conversation with ourselves right now in a state of psychosis. So we have to fix the subconscious mind because there is a virus in the subconscious mind. There's a fracture in the subconscious mind and we are able to create and duplicate. So we keep creating and duplicating ourselves, but understand not all skin folk is kinfolk. Some of them are artificial. That's why I be telling y'all, when people tell me, I literally had somebody unfollow me the other day because I made a comment about Tabitha Brown. And I was like, I love Tabitha Brown. I like her content. However, I can still acknowledge that she knew who the fuck she was getting into bed with. She's like, no, they want us to be separate and da-da-da-da. Yep, your family told you that, right? They family, you gotta tolerate anything they do. No, you don't. You're here to grow and evolve and learn. If you keep going, letting somebody back in your house that's stealing, did you really learn your lesson? Now you gotta hold yourself accountable. So you gotta look at the evidence when the situation changes. And that's all I've been telling us to do. Look at the fucking evidence. If you get more evidence, stay open to it not being what you think it is, because we're in the realm of separation and we're in the realm of illusions. Everything is an illusion. Hold space for it to be different. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to believe me. Go do your own research. I'll point you in the right direction. I only want you to consider something else. That's it. It's just an option. It does not mean it's the right option, but we're all trying to get closer to the truth. They're full of trickery, but our souls remember. Absolutely. They have to trick. They have to use magic. We don't have to do that. We pull from the elementals in the air around us. We don't breathe oxygen. We breathe in life force energy. That's something they don't have access to. Ignorance keeps people in a state of lack. That's why they keep it complex. Yes, but also, when you don't know better, you can't do better. When you're confused about the information, you can't do better, because the way that you are organized is what they call the Holy Trinity. You have 3 states of consciousness: thought, emotion, action. The masculine side of you is the part of you that gets the knowledge, whether it be through your physical senses, because the masculine side of you rules the physical world. Okay, so you get some information, whether you see it, you hear it, you smell it, you taste it, whatever, you get some new information. And then you go to the feminine, which is the emotion, and you apply, how do I feel about this information? Okay, because that's what gives you understanding. And then when you know something, when the knowledge and the understanding come together, you have wisdom and you have to apply it. You have to use it. Okay, so that means that you need to be acting according to what you think and how you feel about what you think. So when you get in new information, you need to reapply the understanding, your emotions, to act accordingly. But if they keep the information fucked up, then you can never figure out how you feel. Or your intuition is going off and now you're confused. So you can't take the appropriate action. It's done on purpose. Because knowledge has always been the key to this reality, because we live in the mind. That's why your mindset is the most important thing, because your mindset creates this reality. So you need to make sure you're constantly setting your mind to the appropriate channels, that your mind is not closed and it's in an expanded state where it can see the full picture, where it's trying to see the full picture. But yeah. Hey friend, just had the best earth experience in nature. It'd be hard to drive. Everything is beautiful. Yes. I agree. That's where we get away from the buzzing of the technology. I wonder if that's why I always wanted to be a scientist since I was young. It probably is. I love it. Very enlightening. You are welcome, my love. What is this? Sorry, y'all. I'm in an old playlist because I'm trying to see what's what. But hey, Lalalu. Hey, Ginger. Akashic Records. Yeah. What's crazy, though, is something happened 5 million years ago. Something happened to the Akashic Records. Because this planet is over 4 billion years old. But some cataclysmic event happens and the Akashic records were wiped. So some of us are just being born so that information can go back into the Akashic records. Like Pharaoh Akhenaten, he knew that he wasn't going to stay and reign. He just needed to put the information out to the people so it can be a part of the Akashic records and we can regain information. But yeah, the Akashic records are something that was created by us. Just book my mommy and me. Okay, boo. I will send you an email after I get off with my client. Okay? But I can't wait, girl. I'm excited for you, girl. Because I've been eating them lately. I just did a mom who had 3 boys, and they all different boys. All of them different. All of them need completely different things. But I love doing that because, like I said, we need to know what our kids need. You know what I'm saying? Because they're the next generation. And we are raising them right now in the most fucked up time there is. I keep finding things about earth angels. I feel like I am one, but not sure if it's my ego talking. Nope, you probably one, baby. If you are Black or Latino, if you got a soul, Black and Latino, you are an angel, baby. Don't matter how much you got in your how much you got in your DNA. But just some of us are like demi angels. You know what I'm saying? If you mix with like white and Mexican, Arab, Asian. You know? So you're like a demigod or a demigoddess, but really demi-angel. You still have the powers, though. If I missed it, but can you touch on the 3rd life path number? Yeah, so the 3rd life path number is kind of like Sagittarius energy. They can be very surface level sometimes, but they're here to kind of explore the world and learn through their experiences. So in life, they can be a little green, a little naive because they don't gain perspective until they go through certain shit. But the problem with it, or the caveat that you got to get over, is that you got to learn how to do introspection because they so surface level sometimes. You got to learn to do introspection so you can gain the wisdom from your events instead of becoming a victim to things that have happened to you. It's looking back at the things that have happened in the past and looking for the wisdom and not focusing on the details of what happened. And then you become the guide to other people once you can do that. But sometimes y'all can be superficial. Sometimes y'all can be surface level. Sometimes y'all don't want those deep, vulnerable relationships, you know. I actually have a YouTube video on this in my numerology section. And I give y'all character examples from like movies and stuff so that y'all can go watch the movie and see. But it's usually going to be like that biker girl, biker boy type of energy. Hanging out with the outcast, cool girl, cool boy, you know. The rebel who has depth to them. You know, like the boy in the movie who is always on his motorcycle and he looks like a bad boy, but he reads books. You know, like that type of shit. This is my jam. I haven't heard this in a minute. Oh shit, why do I always do that? I keep seeing 3333. Look it up. It's just amplified of the energy I just told you. It's a very creative energy. So you need to look it up. Just look up angel numbers and it'll tell you. I don't have any Black or Latino that I know of. I was shown I have Native American ancestry and Asian. Native American, like what Native Americans? Like the Native Americans who we consider to be Native Americans are just Mexicans. But what I'm saying is not exclusive to, I mean, it is exclusive to us. However, as long as you keep your vibration high, you always gonna be good. Okay? So you need to make sure you're taking care of yourself. You're treating people good. You're treating people nice. Because there's enough space for all of us. Because technically, y'all were created by us anyway. What about 8 life path? That's Capricorn energy. That's you here to find work-life balance. You here to look at all the self-imposed limitations that you placed on yourself that are keeping you from abundance. It's Saturn energy. Okay, so that means that the call is coming from the inside. You're the one placing the limitations on yourself. So you need to figure out how to prioritize rest over exhaustion. How to get the maximum effort from the maximum benefit from the least amount of effort. Yeah. And understand that 8 energy got instant karma. Be careful. How you treat people. Because that shit gonna boomerang to your ass real quick. But it's the energy of abundance. Okay. Y'all, I might hop off because I got a client in about 35 minutes. I'm not done with what I need to do today. Any fucking way. But I wanted to hop on here and talk about love real quick. Just because I was just like, wait a minute now. She said some shit that was tea. But I also just felt like a little different about it. And I wanted to say my piece about that. Hey, Erica. You're welcome, love. Talk to you later, boo. See you next week. You are welcome. I think I'm going to start. I really want to get into a space where I start doing some readings for you guys. What I mean by that is psychic readings. But I want to keep it exclusive to what you got going on in your life right now. You know, I lost the TikTok app for a while. Oh no, were you one of the ones who deleted it? I'm glad to have you back, girl. Is YouTube in the bio? Yes, if you click on where it say Instagram, YouTube will be there as well. But if you don't see it, then go to my website, scroll down to where it say platforms. But for my Patreon, I try to do free readings for them, but nobody showed up. So I want to start, you know, doing some mediumship readings, connecting with y'all guides and stuff, and seeing what y'all need to know in that current moment. I just need a little bit more time because I'm in the process of doing something right now, but I'm gonna show up, period. So yeah, so I love y'all deep, and I will see y'all next week. I'm trying, y'all, I've been so fucking busy. I haven't had time to go live and all of this stuff, but I'm gonna try to get myself caught up. No, I didn't do readings, but I plan on doing those in a few. Oh yeah, if you were in Patreon, yes, I had posted it multiple times and nobody showed up. So I said, well, you know what? Fuck it. I was trying to get y'all on the right path to make sure my people was good first. But y'all was playing around. I waited on there for about 15 minutes and I said, fuck it. And I came on live and chilled with everybody on here. But when was this? Like, was it last week? The week before last? Yeah, that's why y'all gotta take attention. I put it in the Soul Tribe chat. The Soul Tribe chat is for the people who are in the 555 tier. So that could have been it. If you're a free member, you probably wouldn't have seen it. Yeah. Oh, I'm not in that chat. Yeah. But I was gonna get y'all together. You know, talk to some ancestors, tell y'all what y'all need to know. But also, y'all gotta be willing to accept the advice that you are being given. Because I feel like some people come to me for answers and they're not ready for what I'm saying. You know, I might do another one. I was butt hurt though. So I gotta get over my attitude first. And then I might do it. Then I might redo it, but I gotta get over my attitude first. I told y'all I hold grudges. But I might do it again for y'all though, because I'm serious about really helping us. Like, I really want to. She said, we sorry. I'm just joking, girl. I play too much. I'm serious, but I'm joking. Like, I'm serious joking. You know, somewhere in the middle. Balance. So, what was I about to say before that? Damn, I forgot. But no, I want to do that for y'all though, because I really want us to get in tune with who we are, you know. And I want to make sure too, if you come, you got to come ready to receive what I have to say. And even if you don't agree, that's okay. Just keep it as an option and start seeing if you can see that in your environment. You know, because I always get people who I'm doing the reading for them, and well, really, it's only certain people. It's only been a couple people, but who'll be like, no, I don't think that, no, and they're making all these excuses, and then they come right back around, and come to find out, I was spot on, you know. And I also want to get to a point where in the Patreon we can work on our gifts and stuff, you know. Maybe because I wanted the Patreon, like the reason why I created that is because I wanted us to have a space that was outside of this. And you know, like I wanted to do like specific live streams on YouTube where it's just a private live stream. It's just the people who are in the Patreon. And I wanted it to be a space where we can do some shadow work, where we can do work on our gifts. Hold on. Where we can do some shadow work, where we can work on our gifts, where we can like connect with our ancestors. Like I wanted it to be like a community, like where we can have discussions about stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, right now it's kind of getting boring. Nobody be wanting to talk to me in there, and I don't understand that, you know. So if y'all not in my Patreon, go and be a part of my Patreon so we can have conversations, because I be wanting to have conversations just as much as y'all be wanting to have conversations. I definitely need guidance with gifts. Yeah. I got baby psychics on my hands right now, you know, who really are doing the damn thing, surprising themselves. I even had one of them was skeptical and was like, well, I just feel like mediumship is just pattern recognition. And then he did it, and now all of a sudden he a pro. You know? So I want to help us, you know? And I'll be doing a lot of shit for free. I'll be doing a lot of shit just because I love y'all. But y'all got to show up too. Let me help you. You know? Talk more. Be careful now. I'm going to be in there a skin. Period. I don't be knowing how to talk. I'll be better. What you mean you don't know how to talk? You just use this. You do what you just did right there. That's what you do. You do what you just did right there. That's it. But I want to start like dropping some of these videos that I be watching and some of the stuff, and like just starting discussions and stuff, and just having like a discussion, because I feel like, you know, I really do want it to be a spiritual community, you know, where we can come together, where we can talk about the topics, where we could spit the knowledge. I want to hear from y'all like y'all hear from me. But I also want us to work on our gifts. I want to help y'all, you know, when it comes to figuring out what you need to be doing right now, you know. Well, I will be making sure to pay closer attention, but can't wait for you to read me and my babies, period. I can't wait either, girl. I always love doing that's probably one of my favorite things to do is mommy and me readings. I be doing whole families. I be like, you got the daddy information? Give me all of that shit. You know? So I can make sure daddy know how to handle the kids too, you know? So yeah, I can't wait to read that for you. Thank you so much, sis. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Yeah, I gotta go. I got like 15 minutes before I gotta do something. And I'm always doing this, running up against the clock, okay? We've been together for since 11th grade. Oh, period, boo. They don't make them like that no more. I heard that. So yeah, so I love y'all. I'll see y'all soon. I might be on here this weekend because I feel like I didn't really get a chance to like kick it with y'all these last couple of weeks. So I might get on here Saturday or Sunday just to shoot the breeze. If you're my Patreon, I'll let y'all know when I go live or whatever. But yeah, I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. All right, this will be on YouTube.